Hi everyone, it's Gillian. Welcome to my channel Hooked and Smitten. For today's tutorial, we're working on the keyhole scarf. To make this scarf, you're going to need 2 skeins of super chunky or super bulky yarn. I'm using Hobby Lobby's Yarn Bee Dream Supreme, and this color is linen. This is your super bulky yarn. It's number 6 and it's 100% premium micro acrylic. You're also going to need an 8mm crochet hook. Information about the pattern will be in the description. So let's get started. To begin, you're going to start by chaining 115 stitches. For row 1, you're going to skip the first stitch, and in the second stitch, which is the second chain from the hook, you're going to make a half double crochet. Make 1 half double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of your row. Continue with your half double crochet stitches, and I'll meet you at the end of the row. And that is the end of row 1. And you should have 114 stitches, and that number is going to remain the same throughout the scarf. It's not going to change. For row 2, you're going to chain 2, and this chain 2 counts as a half double crochet now and throughout the pattern. You're going to turn your work, and you're going to be working only into the back loop. The back loop is a loop furthest away from you. This is your back loop, and this is your front loop. Into the back loop only, you're going to make a half double crochet. You're going to make a half double crochet into every stitch until you get to the end of your row. Continue with this sequence of stitches, and I'll meet you at the end. And that is the end of row 2. For rows 3 to 6, that's a total of 4 rows. You're going to repeat row 2. You're going to start by chaining 2, and remembering that chain 2 is your first half double crochet. And you're going to be working into the back loop just like you did in row 2, and you're going to make a half double crochet into every stitch. And you're going to do that for a total of 4 rows. Continue working this way, and I'll meet you at the end of row 6 to begin row 7. And that is the end of row 6. For row 7, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to turn your work. Working into the back loops only, you're going to make a half double crochet into the first 25 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 25. Now we're going to chain 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You're going to skip 8 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And into the next stitch, you're going to make a half double crochet into the back loop. And you're going to continue making half double crochets into the back loop of each stitch until you get to the end of the row. And that is the end of row 7. For row 8, you're going to chain 2 and turn, and you're going to make a half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch until you get to the chain 8 space. When you get to the chain 8 space, you're going to make a half double crochet into the back loop of each chain. And when you get to the end of the chain 8 space, you're just going to continue making half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch until you get to the end of the row. And that is the end of row 8. For the next 5 rows, rows 9 to 13, you're going to repeat row 2. First, you're going to chain 2, and you're going to turn your work, and you're going to work a half double crochet into the back loop of each stitch. Continue with this sequence of stitches, and I will meet you at the end of row 13. And that is the end of row 13, and you're going to fasten off here. You're going to cut your yarn, and you're going to sew in your ends. And to sew in my ends, I'm using a needle like this. and I just weave it down. And in the middle where I joined the yarn, I already sewed in the other side. This is actually the right side of the work, as you can see. So I put this to the other side. I weave it in on the other side. And you're gonna sew in your other ends in pretty much the same way. So with the right side facing you, and I'm gonna flip it over. And this is where the hole is, and you're going to insert the opposite end into that space. And that is the finish of the keyhole scarf. It is a very thick and chunky, and it is going to keep you very warm. As always, thank you for visiting my channel. Please like and subscribe for more video tutorials, and I'll see you in the next video.